Hello, everybody. Angel Arts here is back again, and we are continuing on to get to know some of the candidates for my upcoming Mass Effect Tabletop RPG campaign. Today, I am joined by Kuramasgurl, and so we're gonna go and spend some time to get to know her, and let's see what she's all about. Can you please explain to us what is it about the Mass Effect universe or sci-fi in general that interests you?
I think at first I didn't like the idea of the shooting genre, but I actually got into it based off of another Let's Play I was watching, and well, it just looks so amazing. All the different aliens that they came up with, and all the different technology and stuff. It's just amazing. It's a whole lot more different than something like Call of Duty.
My next question, Karamas Girl, is what is it about tabletop gaming or role playing that interests you?
It's just so much fun. It's like writing a book with someone. You never know what is going to happen next. I've always I got into it about 6 years ago, and ever since then it has been so much fun. I've always enjoyed finding new roleplay partners, starting new role plays, finding new things to roleplay. It's just been so much fun.
Why do you believe that you would be a good fit for my DMing style?
Well, I try to get along with everybody. I don't try and mess with everybody and get everybody all upset and all that. And I think that I would do pretty good since I actually like doing the whole story thing and coming up with new ideas for plots. And well, just seeing everybody's reaction during your other campaign was just so much fun. I just wanted to get into it myself.
I have one more out of character question. It is what do you believe makes you a good person to game with the other players?
For one thing, I try not to hog the spot. I've tried to hog the spotlight and make it focus on their character, but I know that there are some places that I can't be in the spotlight all the time, and so I try not to do that. And I try to make it all fun and interesting for everybody. And I also try and have fun with people, try and be friends with them.
So that was the out of character portion. So now let's go ahead and do some role playing. Let us pretend that your character is applying for a position to become a member of a crew for some well renowned ship. You can decide for yourself what the purpose of the ship is, whether it's military or commercial or entertainment, whatever you think fits most with your character concept. And you have an appointment with a gentleman by the name of Liam Vathaniel Musey. You don't have to memorize that name right now, but if you're chosen to play, that name might have more significance in the story later on. He is a headhunter of sorts who acts as a third-party go-between between the members of the ship and the possible candidates. He has an office in the Citadel. So you will be making your way to the Citadel, going up one of the major high-rises in the central Citadel proper. You'll be going up taking a very long elevator ride, about as eventful as the elevator rides in Mass Effect 1 were. And eventually, you will navigate your way to the main office. You enter into the office. There is a secretary at the front desk. She will look up at your direction, give you a warm smile, and she will ask, "Yes, ma'am, may I help you?"
Yes, I'm here to see Liam. It's about my appointment.
She goes through her papers. You were the 10 o'clock, I think? Miss Faith Takran?
Yes, that's me.
All right, dear. Thank you so much for being punctual. Mr. Musey likes that. Please follow me. So, Kuramas, for the audience's benefit, could you please give us a physical description of your character, including race?
Well, she is an asari. She's about 5 foot, 5'6", somewhere around there. Her skin color is think cross between a light blue and a teal blue. I don't know all the different colors, but she's basically a typical looking Asari, except she got her green eyes from her mother, and she's got some facial tattoos on her face, like on her forehead, going down her nose, and that's about it.
The secretary will lead you down the hallway, and she will take you to a very well-furnished, well-decorated office room, complete with very cushy seats. As you enter into the office, one of the first things that you notice right off the bat is the faint smell of lavender. And sitting across from you on a desk is a very well-dressed gentleman, human, in an orange pinstripe suit with his hair slicked back. He looks up at you, he flashes you the most perfect smile you have seen in ages, and he rises from his desk, walks over to you, and he says, "Miss Faith Takran, such a pleasure. We've been expecting you." And he holds out his hand.
And I reach out and shake it. It was a pleasure to meet you too.
You begin to shake it, but then he pulls your hand towards him and he gives it a kiss. And then he lets go of it politely. Please, Mr. Takran, have a seat. Can I interest you into a drink, perhaps? What would be your beverage of choice, my dear?
Well, I'm not really a big drinker. Maybe just some water will be fine.
Tap, bottled, or sparkling?
Bottled, please.
He snaps his fingers. Jeanette, a young girl, enters from an adjoining room. She walks over to Mr. Musey and she says, "Yes, Mr. Musey, please, could you fetch a bottled water for this fine young lady here?" "Of course, Mr. Musey." And she goes off. "All right, Miss Faith Takran, let's get down to business here so we can get you on with your merry way, shall we? I'm looking through your resume here, and according to this, you are serving as a Vanguard, is that correct?"
Yes, it is.
"What led you to this field, or this occupation, may I ask?"
Well, I had just finished a tour of duty under my commanding officer, and I was thinking that I needed to find something else to keep me busy.
It says here that you've got quite a very, very interesting family. Krogan father, 3 sisters.
Yes, it is.
What is it like, if you don't mind me asking, just out of curiosity, what is it like having a Krogan for a father?
It's never boring, I will say that. He taught me just about everything I needed to know about fighting, except my mother taught me about biotics.
That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense to me. At this point, Jeanette returns and she takes out a glass on a tray with a bottled water. She places the tray down in front of you. She opens up, and with a click, the bottled water bottle opens. She pours you the glass, and right next to it, there's like a small dish with tongs and a lemon, if you choose to put that lemon inside. She will bow to you, and she says, "Please let us know if there's anything else that will make you more comfortable, Miss Takran." Liam continues, and he says, "Next question, Mr. Takran. What exactly do you believe that you can contribute to this crew and its ship?"
Well, I've learned many different fighting techniques, traveling all over the galaxy with my sisters, helping them out when they needed it, and also my biotics are nothing to turn your nose up at either.
Very impressive. And let me turn that question around, Mr. Takran. What do you hope that you will get out of your experience with this crew?
Well, I hope to be able to new techniques if I need to. Maybe even get myself a new weapon in the process.
Next, Mr. Takran, I am going to ask you a couple of hypothetical questions, if you will. Mr. Takran, let's say that you indeed are chosen to be one of the members of this crew. Let's say that during your travels, the ship at some point crash lands on some foreign planet that neither you nor anyone else in the crew is particularly familiar with. Your ship is in need of repairs, and you, the captain, and other members of your crew, armed members of your crew, go off into the wilderness to look for supplies or for anything that could help in repairing your ship. During your travels out on the planet, you are attacked and held up by a group of bandits, all of whom are demanding for all of your credits. These bandits consist of a dozen Vorcha, half with pistols, let's say another half with assault rifles, one massive berserking Krogan with a shotgun, one asari whom, as far as you can tell, is completely unarmed, and the last thing that you notice off the corner of your eye is the faint, small red dot that is currently hovering on the forehead of your captain. At this moment, Miss Takran, what do you do?
Well, first off, I put up a biotic barrier to protect everyone, and then use some grenades to try and disorientate everybody, and then in the confusion, we'd get away.
Let's say that you are able to initially manage to get out of the immediate vicinity of where you were. The sniper is probably going to continue to try firing at you. And the Krogan will be charging towards you. The Vorcha will not be able to keep up because they're really dumb and stupid, apparently. And the Asari is going to try to fire at you at long range. At that point, while you are escaping, which of the members of the bandits would you focus on next to aid with your escape?
I think I'd focus on the Krogan because that's coming right at us. And then after that, I'd probably worry about the sniper.
Okay. How would you handle the Krogan, and how would you handle the sniper?
The Krogan. I'd probably use stasis on it, and then try and take it out as much as I can with some grenades and some pistol shots.
Okay.
And the sniper, probably use singularity on him, and then just shoot him down.
You managed to completely overpower the other group. So because of that, the bandits throw their arms up and they surrender. What do you do at that point? Do you continue running, or do you do something else? If it were up to you and not the captain, what would you have happen next?
I would have the others head back to the ship to work on the repairs, and then I guess the captain and I would either warn off the enemies, or basically kill them if they don't stop.
I have a second hypothetical question to ask you, Mr. Takran. Mr. Takran, let's say that you are an eyewitness to a crime. Let's say that you witness a man robbing a bank, but instead of keeping the money for himself, the man donates it to a poor orphanage that can now afford to feed, clothe, and care for its children. Now, you know very well who committed the crime. If you go to the authorities with the information, there's a very good chance that all the money will be returned back to the bank, leaving a lot of the children in need. What do you do?
I think I would not tell about the robbery because the orphanage probably needs the money.
All right. And I have one more question for you. That question is, red, blue, or green?
Blue?
And why did you decide to choose blue out of those three colors, Mr. Karen?
I think I like the color blue the best out of the three.
Fair enough. All right, one more thing before we end today, Mr. Karen. If you would just look that way towards the camera. We are recording this and sending it directly to the crew and captain of the ship. Please provide for us your final pitch as to why they should select you to be a member of their crew.
Well, you can't go wrong with having an Asari with good biotics on your team. I can protect you all with my barriers, take anything out with singularity, just about, and anything with stasis. And I'm also a good person to have watching your back, basically. You can trust me, and you won't have to worry about me trying to betray you, unless it's something really bad or something. So I think that would be my final pitch.